There's something about long drives through nowhere that makes your skin itch. The way the road disappears behind you and there's no sign of life ahead. You tell yourself it's just empty land, just bad reception. But out there, in the quiet corners of the world, there are places that don't exist on any map. And if you're unlucky enough to find them, they might not let you leave. Tonight's story is about a couple stranded in the desert who stumbled upon a gas station that should have been forgotten. But something was waiting, and it only needed one thing to wake up: fuel. Welcome to Deadscape Diaries. Let me tell you the story of the last pump. We weren't supposed to be on that road. We'd missed our exit hours ago. GPS kept rerouting us down smaller and smaller highways till we were crawling through the desert on a cracked 2-lane stretch of asphalt that didn't even have a name. My girlfriend, Erica, was already asleep in the passenger seat, and I didn't have the heart to wake her. We'd been fighting earlier something stupid, and the silence was the most peaceful part of the night. Then the fuel light came on. I figured we'd find something soon, but the miles stretched on empty and silent. No towns, no lights, just flat, open nothing. That's when I saw it, a glow on the horizon, neon red and buzzing faintly, like it was barely hanging on, a gas station. A rusted sign swung above it: Rick's Service, the last pump for miles. I pulled in. The place looked abandoned. One single pump stood in the middle of the lot, crusted with rust. Hose dangled like it hadn't been used in years. The station itself was a squat, concrete building with flickering open sign in the window, even though no lights were on inside. Erica stirred. "We stopping?" "Out of gas," I said, "but this place is sketchy." She shrugged, rubbed her eyes. "Better than being stuck out here all night." I got out and approached the pump. The second I touched the nozzle, something felt wrong. It was ice cold, unnaturally so, like it had just come out of a freezer. But it worked. Fuel flowed. The meter ticked up, slow and steady. That's when I noticed the others. Across the lot, 2 people were standing just outside the building. I hadn't seen them before. They were just there. One was a tall man in an oil-stained jumpsuit. The other was a woman in a threadbare dress, both staring at me. No smiles, no movement. Erica got out and joined me. "Where'd they come from?" she asked. "No clue," I whispered. "They weren't there 30 seconds ago." The gas clicked full. That's when the man stepped forward. "You shouldn't have used the last pump," he said. His voice was like gravel, dragging across metal. No expression, just those empty, sunken eyes. "What's that mean?" Erica asked. The woman chimed in, her voice soft and wet like she'd been crying for years. "It knows now. It's awake." And just like that, more figures started to appear from behind the building, from around the corner, from the dark beyond the neon glow. Dozens of them, men, women, children, all dressed in ragged clothes. All wrong. Some were missing patches of skin, others had limbs that bent the wrong way. One boy had no eyes, just smooth pink skin where they should have been. I looked at Erica. "Get in the car. Now." We sprinted back, slammed the door shut, and I turned the key. Nothing. Dead. She was shaking. "The battery's fine, why won't it start?" I checked the gauge, full tank. That's when the voices started. Low at first, a chorus of whispers outside the car. The figures were circling us now, never blinking. The woman in the dress pressed her hand to the windshield. "You can't leave," she said, her mouth not moving. The words were in my head. I saw her eyes flash, just for a second. Inside her pupils there was something spinning like a void trying to suck in the world around it. And when I looked into it, I felt something stare back. Erica started to scream. I couldn't move, couldn't think, just watched as more of them approached. One climbed onto the hood, another scratched along the side of the car, nails leaving deep, screeching gouges in the paint. Then the lights in the gas station flickered on. Everything froze. The figures stopped. Every single one of them turned toward the light like puppets on a string. The door creaked open. Someone stood in the doorway. A silhouette, a tall man in a long coat and wide-brimmed hat, face hidden by shadow. He raised one hand, palm out, and every figure slowly backed away from the car. They didn't disappear, they just melted into the darkness. We got out cautiously. The man gestured toward the station, inside and out. We followed without speaking. The walls inside were lined with old photos, faded Polaroids, hundreds of them, taped and nailed up like a shrine, faces, all different. I stopped cold when I saw one of myself, me, standing at the pump, smiling, eyes dull like I'd been there for years. Erica found one of her too. "What is that?" she whispered. The man didn't look at us. He poured 2 cups of coffee from a rusted thermos behind the counter and said, "Use the last pump. Now it has your scent. It'll follow you. Try to pull you back." "What is it?" I asked. He finally met my eyes, and I wish he hadn't. His face was scarred, twisted like it had been melted and reformed over and over. It doesn't have a name, just a hunger. It lives between places. The station keeps it out. Barely. "Then help us stop it," I said. He shook his head. "You don't stop it. You don't fight it. You run." Then he looked at Erica. "One of you doesn't make it." Her hand found mine instantly. No, that's not happening." He nodded once more. "Then decide. Fast." The walls began to shake. The lights buzzed violently. Outside, I could see the darkness crawling forward again, like ink flooding across the lot. Erica turned to me, tears in her eyes. "I'm not leaving you." But I knew. I knew only one of us was getting out. The man opened the back door of the station, revealing a path, a narrow road that wasn't there before, cutting through the black. "You've got a 2-minute window," he said. "After that, the station seals. Choose." We argued, we cried. I begged her to go. She refused. Then she kissed me, hard, final. She shoved me through the door and slammed it behind me. I screamed for her. I ran back, pounding on the steel. Nothing. The humming started behind me, a low vibration, the same one I felt through the pump. I didn't look back. I ran. I made it out hours later. Collapsed on a main road, picked up by a state trooper, said I was lucky to be alive. The gas station doesn't exist on any map. I went back, months later. There was nothing there. Just cracked asphalt, no building, no pump, no Erica. But sometimes, when I pass certain places, lonely stretches of road with no lights, I hear that whispering. I see a faint red glow, and I know it's still out there, waiting for the next person to touch that last pump. Somewhere, in the middle of nothing, there's still a pump standing alone in the dark. Maybe you'll pass it one day. Maybe you'll be low on gas. Maybe you'll hear that hum and think it's just the wind. But if you touch that pump, it'll know. Thanks for joining me in the shadows tonight. If this story left a mark, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to Deadscape Diaries, where every road leads to something terrifying. Until next time, stay off the back roads and never fill up after dark.